Show with your host, Megan O'Reilly. Today we'll be talking to several successful Dubliners about how they feel this great city has influenced their lives here and abroad, and how they feel they've had an impact on the culture of Ireland. First up, we have a very successful writer by the name of Ignatius Gallagher. Please help me welcome him to the stage.
Here's my card. Oh my god. What up, Fraulein? Let's get the show.
Well, you've been living abroad for several years now. How do you think that being Irish has affected you while you've been living in other cities like Paris and London?
Well, being Irish has been great, don't get me wrong, but you know what city's just been fantastic as far as music goes? Berlin. Those people know how to have fun, man. I tell you, I walk into one of those coffee shops, all the little garçons, or however you say it in German or Deutsch, just bring me coffees, and it's a lot better than this Dublin stuff, so let me tell you. They know exactly what you need to get the juices flowing, and it's even better in Prague.
But in terms of being Irish, how is your Irish nationalism, your Irish pride, or even your Irish cultural influences, how has that affected you as a writer and affected your being in other places?
Well, living in such a dreary city has been a great launch pad to travel in, let me tell you. Second I got out of Dublin, I went straight to Paris. My gosh. Night a la carte on the town, as they say in French, as you know. I'm sure you do. You look like a well-traveled young girl.
Thank you.
It's been great. It's been great.
I'm very glad
the authors there, it's so much better than, I mean, like what is it, Proust and Albert Camus. He's from Paris, I think. Such great inspirations.
Gallagher, Ignatius, you've been writing for the London press. Is that correct?
This is correct as you want it to be.
Anyway, you're in your late 20s, early 30s. Are you thinking of finding a nice girl and settling down anytime soon? What do you think about that aside from your career?
Let me tell you, one girl gets stale. I don't know why anyone would ever want to sit down with the same old broad their whole lives. I mean, come on, what girl's got a good personality? The girl with a good personality is just going to be, like, unattractive. I mean, that's how they make up for it, don't you know? I mean, you're fine, I guess, but my life, 2 to 3 different girls every night. I don't know who would ever stay with the same one.
Wow.
I love the feels.
Well, as it so happens, on our show today, we're going to have a segment interviewing with feminist psychologist Claire O'Connor, and this seems like a great time to call her and see what her take on this is. So,
that's exactly why I got out of Dublin, so you know.
We're gonna cut to you,
Claire.
Crazy
feminist.
Thanks, Megan. It's wonderful to be here. Ignatius Gallagher seems to have a few misideas in the way he views women, primarily in the idea that women can only either be pretty or interesting. Luckily, I'm here to tell you that your ideas are misinformed and outdated. In modern day, women are seen as an asset to your life, adding many valuable and interesting things, and even seen as equal to men. What a riotous idea. I've got a great suggestion for you, Ignatius. You should deconstruct your destructive binaries and make way for a wonderful woman in your life. That is, if one would even want you. Back to you, Megan.
So, wasn't that enlightening?
Woman, am I right? This is exactly why I got out of Dublin. Anyway, I have a more important meeting to get to with people who don't waste my time, so I'll see you later, chica.
And we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Irish potatoes. Eat 'em or you'll starve.
Our next guest is longtime Dublin resident Thomas Chandler. Please welcome him to the stage.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Very nice to meet you. So what do you do in Dublin? You've lived here your whole life.
Right now I'm working as a
receptionist at the King's Inn. It's
So have you always wanted to do that?
Well, it's okay for now, but when I was younger, I wanted to. I love poems. I wanted to be a writer.
Oh, so do you still write, or like on the side?
I mean, I try to, but I really feel like I could be something like really big if someone would just give me a chance. Like I have this friend named Gallagher who I could be just like him if someone would just give me the opportunity. I haven't had the opportunity.
So what do you think is holding you back if you think you could be so successful?
There's my job. I never have any time to, and I've got a family now. I got a wife and kids. And I feel like they're just kind of like stifling. It's just I got a lot on my plates. I don't really have any time to.
Oh, well, we actually have a guest that's here that we're going to bring out in just a couple minutes that might be able to talk to you about this. So we'll bring them out right after this break.
Come down to Joe's Record Shop. We got deals. You want a record? I got a record. I got you, see?
Welcome back to the Top of the Morning Show with Megan O'Reilly. Our next guest is named Annie Malone Chandler, the beautiful wife of Chandler here. Please welcome her to the stage. Woo! So, Annie, you've been watching from our backstage studio. What do you have to say about your husband's aspirations to be a writer?
I mean, I think that it's sad that he feels stifled in our house.
No, you heard that.
At some point, he just needs to figure out that, like, he's done great things. Like, we have a child together, and he has a good job, and he makes good, he gives money, he supports our family. He needs to get some maturity and recognize that, and stop running after his childhood idols. I'm sorry.
So, you two have lived together in Dublin for a really long time. How do you feel about the city?
I think it's pretty good, but it's kind of boring, and you can't really get out much.
So he feels trapped in the city, like he feels trapped in our marriage.
How do you feel in your marriage, Annie?
I have a child, and that child needs to come first in everything. So, yeah.
Well, as a part of our show, we actually do have a marriage counselor that we sometimes correspond with, so I'm actually gonna send it over to her and see what she has to say about how you two can reconcile your differences. So, over to you, Myrita O'Shaughnessy.
Thanks, Megan. Thomas, I'd really like for you to think deeply about what you value. Yes, when you see Ignatius, he has an aura of success about him, but is that really what you want to emulate? You have noticed how shallow he is. I think you know deep down, Thomas, that you don't really want that. What you have is better than what Ignatius has. He is lonely. He doesn't have any deep connections or meaningful relationships. You, Thomas, have a wife and a child. Take joy in this. You yearn for poetry, and what better poetry is there than love for your own wife and your own child? Spend more time with them, cultivate your relationships, and take those as your inspiration. Let your family encourage you. Take out those books you have lying around and read those beautiful passages out to your wife. Merge your aspirations with your reality. You need to have confidence. Hold your head high, stand tall. Your family isn't holding you back. Ireland isn't holding you back. It is your own misconceptions about happiness and success that are holding you back. Once you break free of those misconceptions, you can be the poet you want to be, and more importantly, the husband and father you need to be.
Thank you, Myrita.
She may. Oh wait, that's my child. He's crying. I have to go deal with this. I'm sorry.
Chandler, are you okay?
Thank you for having me on the show. It's been good.
That's all for for today, folks. We'll see you tomorrow.